Fraudsters are getting more creative on the hunt to scam you and take your money. That's why the Winnipeg Police Service has new information to protect you from the bad guys' latest stunts. Joining us now from the WPS's Financial Crimes Unit is Sergeant Trevor Thompson. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Now, bad guys are getting better at this, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Why is that? How are they getting better?
Technology mostly. Realize that fraud actors doing fraud is very lucrative for them, and they can do it from anywhere. People have the ability to be reached out and touched by fraud actors via email or SMS messaging. The internet is a big thing as well. So at the end of the day, it's very, very profitable. And
social media, Facebook, Instagram, it's easy to get conned on there as
Absolutely.
well. Okay, so what's the most common kinds of frauds that we're seeing right now?
Right now, the most prolific fraud from a financial loss standpoint is cryptocurrency investment fraud. Wherein the fraud actor will reach out either via a social media application or via advertisements with AI, where they have trusted individuals where they are telling you how to invest in cryptocurrency. They will get you to invest in cryptocurrency, send them money. They will embellish the returns, and then when you try to take your money out, they'll try and milk you for more, as far as taxes and fees and that type of thing. So
any advice on how to protect yourself then?
Be very, very careful if you're dabbling in the crypto world. Last year in 2024, there were over $300 million in losses via cryptocurrency fraud in Canada, specifically to investments. So be very careful, especially even if you are being approached by somebody you may know on social media. Be aware that those social media accounts are vulnerable to hacking. One of the vectors that the fraud actor will use to add a layer of trust to the fraud is to approach you through a known individual, through a Facebook or one of those social media platforms.
So it'll look like your friend is saying, hey, I made all this money.
Absolutely.
You got to join me. And then you think, because it's your friend pitching this, that it's a real thing, but it's not.
That's correct.
Okay, what else are you seeing out there?
Big one right now via the phone still is the bank investigator fraud. Traditionally targeting the elderly population or seniors, where somebody will phone, a fraud actor will claim to be a financial institution. They will have some information maybe related to some of your accounts as far as balances, that type of thing, to add some legitimacy to the call, and they'll convince the victim that they are being victimized and that the bank is actively investigating a rogue employee in the branch. They will convince the victim to go to the bank. They have to withdraw their money. They're going to help catch the bad guy or the bad employee. And eventually what happens is they withdraw the money. They coach them as to what to say if they're approached at the bank or questioned by the bank staff. And eventually that money typically will end up going into a cryptocurrency ATM.
Wow. So anything involving cryptocurrency, you might want to hesitate.
Might want to hesitate. It's for sure a red flag.
Okay, what else is another issue that you're seeing out there?
Kind of on a more basic level, we see a lot of issues with online classified platforms. People really need to be cognizant of the fact that there is fraud that happens on those platforms, and we can't police the whole internet. Right. So be cognizant of anybody that is asking for a deposit up front via an e-transfer. You may have done that traditionally, maybe in the COVID era, many, many times and had no issues. But we do see a lot of reports where people send e-transfer deposits and the ad turns out to be fictitious, or they get completely ghosted after the fact. So
if you do want to buy something on one of those like Facebook marketplaces, for example, what's the best way to ensure that you're protected?
We would always say the best thing is face-to-face, ensure the item for sale actually exists. Cash is king in my opinion. We do see quite often now a reverse e-transfer fraud where somebody will pose as a buyer, respond to your advertisement, hey, can I send you an e-transfer deposit? Sure. Here's the e-transfer, and it's a fictitious e-transfer, a malicious link where you enter your banking credentials. Bad guy has your banking credentials, and while the link is working, they're behind the scenes logging into your online banking and emptying your accounts.
And that's all it takes. Well, thank you, Trevor, for sharing this with us.